Got ourselves Team 1 to go. Bubby is going to be first up. No, it looks like it's going to be Gossagri, the Boomkin versus Lol's Pala. Normally, Boomies don't do super well against Paladins at a 1v1 setting. But maybe Gossagri can make something work. Immediately starts off with the trees. And those trees are effective. Even the Dryad running around the corner. And Lol's Pala making sure to respect the Dryad and the tree. Shield of Vengeance without even getting himself an opener onto Gossagri. So Gossagri at least is able to get cooldowns out of the guy without really even being able to look at him. That is a cooldown down. I mean, it's at least a minute CD, but pretty sure Gossagri's trees are up every 45 seconds or so. 30 seconds maybe? Not really sure. But he's got Incarnation with it too, so if he can get himself an angle with the trees and Incarnation and everything, then I think he'll be very, very golden. Then I think he'll be in a great, great spot. Lol's Pala out and about. Gossagri can go for a Root Silence, which should be plenty effective versus Lol's Pala. Should at least keep him in place for a good bit. So if he's ever out of position, if Gossagri just gets a really good angle, this could be really good. A Root, potentially big damage, does have the trees. Is it going to be enough? Star Surges. I don't know what's happening. What is going on? Why are the Dryad? I am not sure why Dryad decided to start smashing this Mushka. Those trees also started running away as well. So for Gossagri, it's a little bit of damage lost there because those pests did run out. Gateway? Okay, dude. That's an illegal move right there. Taking the gates. Man. That's an illegal move right there. Gossi, not in a great spot. Maybe looking for a trinket here potentially. Does go for the trinket off the Hodge. As long as Old Pala has him out the open, roar into a clone. Does have a trinket. I think he just wants to see if he can potentially end the duel here versus Gossi. And Gossi's on the defensive completely. So going for a blind, I don't think it really does anything to them. Unfortunately, trying to go for a knock, does not connect, does get a disarm to Lol's Pala. Cooldowns are back up and available. You'd have Incarnation together with Fury of Loon and everything up. The problem is you don't have Barkskin, and you may need every kind of heal right now. Frenzy Regen is actually huge right there with the Heart of the Wild. Actually able to recover, able to push up a decent bit of pressure to Lol's Pala. Catches the bear from stun and does survive. I was thinking, does he survive this, but does end up coming out on top at the end of the day. Hopefully he has himself another Frenzy Regen just to keep himself alive. Another roar, another clone. At least get himself an opportunity to catch a breather, catch a couple of regrows. But look how little healing they're doing, man. Look how little healing they're doing. Silence Root onto Lol's Pala. I think just set him with some trees, right? Unless you're playing super defensive. I would have just set him with some trees and then continue to heal, because the trees will actually keep pummeling him down. They actually don't do that bad, man. Actually not bad in damage. Barkskin is available, is going to have to use it. So Gossagri is now put in a really rough spot where they're basically just playing defensive the entire time. If you have a roar, I don't know if you used it or not, but may need to wait out until the silence is gone. Does get a silence. Not silence. Blind? Yeah, no, I guess it is a blind, doesn't it? It is not a normal blind like a rogue blind where you disoriented. It's more like a blind like you miss abilities, which is unfortunate. It is going to be yet another gateway, yet another legal move. But then at the same time, is it... Dude, would you call that cheating if a Boomkin, who I don't think has a great advantage versus Red Pally, takes a gateway to try to equalize things? You know what I mean? I mean, normally I'm not a big fan of you guys taking gateway unless you are the Warlock. Then again, it's not like much you can really do to control what you do in midst of an arena, in midst of action and combat. But it's going to be regrows out for Gossagri. Silence with Root into Lol's Pala. I don't know if you can maybe get some kind of damage going here as the last chance or last bastion of hurrah. You actually get a decent bit of damage with Lol's Pala, but then again, forced back into bear form. Unfortunately, Root potentially maybe can get a bubble out of Lol's Pala, unless you get the random burst from the Dryad, which I don't know if that could happen. Lol's Pala is actually feeling very, very confident, very healthy. Yeah, does get him low. Maybe potentially a bubble out of Lol's Pala here. Lin Mage does close the gap, stun. Bubble. He knew it was going to happen. All he's got to do is wait this out a little bit. Got himself the altar in order to reposition. That is so rough, man. I don't think there's a chance for Boomkins to really fight. Dirty move. It is dirty. Don't get me wrong. Mage food buffs Lockhead is used. I think it is fine. Fair enough. Yeah. Yep. This is why, to some degree, I think in a way, like being able to use the other classes kit. Gateway is a weird one. But like raid buffs are... I think I'm mostly okay with it. It gives your team like the ability to like, hey, you have variety, you get utility, right? Group utility. I don't know. I think it's like a little nice little touch for the 5v5 duel that I think adds a neat little spin to the 5v5 1v1s. You know what I mean? Because they're not quite little raw 1v1s, You play him as raw what he wants to get. Big glacial out for land. Hold on, land. Getting himself procs. I feel like Land been trying to catch a little spell, but a couple of simple casts like a glacial and a Frostfire Bolt hard casted did more damage than some of the other burst setups. Lost Pally is looking for a full recovery though with a Wake of Ashes. Lind, I don't know if you could go sitting down for some mage food, maybe looking for a block here. Does go for an invis. Breath to follow. I don't know if you have a stun. You may. Oh no, it does not get a stun, unfortunately. I think it was trying to figure out what he wants to do next. I think he wanted to go for Poly and decided, or just thought maybe you should go for the that's a nice reflect. Is it over for Los Palam? Mortical? Oh, it's over. Yeah, it is over. He was trying to see if he could potentially go for like a quick breath, maybe like Frost Bomb into a stun, but then it was like, probably should have stunned. Yeah, unless you had block there immediately. It is rough. Hi all. What's up, bosses? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome. Not like he's going to win the boom kid, dude. It is so sad to see though too. Just the class. Oh, I was just gonna talk about how it's so rough for boom kids in 1v1 content, but then Cobra just walks up, starts running from Leo. Leo hits him with a couple of big blitz and took him out. What is happening? Bobby's up next, just trying to see if he can get a couple of grenades all around the corner. What was that damage? Nice balance. Agreed. I leave. No! No, Cobra, no! Come back, we need you. I miss you, bud. No! Did he actually leave? I hope not. I certainly hope not. Is Rook around? We can get maybe the other Warlock? Yes, no! Don't go, I'll miss you. Unreal Plane. Yeah, Death Knights are kind of nuts. Death Knights are kind of nuts, man. No prank game. Okay, I think Cobra is having a bit of a little crash out. A little crash out. But you know what? I'd probably be having a crash out if I got smashed by Leo. Is Bobby going to be able to leave the... Okay, dude. Alrighty. Okay, dude. Alright, Dirks. You've taken out Leo more than once. There it is. Quick 1-2-1-2. Come on, guys. Can't you do that? Dirks took him out easy. Come on. Rage baiting my own chat. Not the best idea, honestly. We got still Kurdy, Kachao, and the Smurshka for Dirks to fight. Is this going to be the comeback for a subtlety rogue? Can Dirks fight off through 3 different classes here? Rogue is going to be up next. It is going to be a rogue. Kachao is a paladina, is a bit of a rough one. That's a lot of coolness to get through. Kurdy, you can get through him, but he got a lot of damage. It's a glass cannon, so he is really, really scary. 40% to 0, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gonna be full dots out for the Smurshka. Dirks knows he needs to be very, very careful with this trinket. He cannot trinket the other rogue, and if he is gonna trinket, he's gonna have to extend the game for a very, very long while. Try to see if he can get a setup with Smurshka. Does not go for the trinket. Is gonna go for a hit and run. Does not do enough damage, but I'm hoping he at least put a rupture onto the Smurshka. It looks like that's exactly what he did. Cloaker Shadow is 4 in the Smurshka, but I think he is still... Does step on him for a second. Gouge by Nesmershka. Derek's caught in the kidney. Maybe looking for a trinket. Does go for a trinket. Blind to follow him. Question, does Nesmershka trinket? He does not. Kidney. Blades. And Nesmershka is the one who trinkets with the blind this time. Vanish to follow. Are you still dotted? If you are still dotted. Oh, he does catch you with at least AoE. This is going to get you dotted and then vanish out. He's going to make sure that you are out and about. Making sure the heal is always going to get the opener on you. And I think for the Smurshka, this could be potential lights here if he's not careful. Yeah, bleeds to keep putting him out in the open. Smoke bomb is helping him be out for a second. He's trying to weave in and out. He knows more or less that Dirks is nearby. Unless he saps him here, it does sap him out in the open. For Dirks, he's got to be very careful. But whoever's going to be next, and this is where I think the Smurshka started running towards the starting area. Just whoever's going to be next can maybe grip Dirks immediately. If it is the Death Knight. No, if it is the Death Knight gave Dirks a chance here for an honorable match. He could have just immediately started gripping him, started Chain of Ice on him, everything. He gave him a chance right on the middle. He even did a slash wave. Look at him. He even did a slash wave. Actually, honorable Death Knight is a glass cannon, though. So for Dirks, he does have cloak. He does have evasion. Essentially, all Dirks can do is he's out in the open, trying to give this man an honorable match. Yep, tried it. Yep, this is what I love, man. Look at that. Curdy is just more or less, I think, is going to let Dirks get the opener here. He has eyes if he wants them. But I think he's going to give Dirks an opportunity to get the opener on his own terms. Cheap shot. Does he get hit with a short stun? Potentially could be Dirks maybe popping a cooldown here. Disarmor the Curdy does get hit with a blind. Maybe this is where Dirk just commits a cooldown. There's going to be a lot of pets. Cloak and Evasion both used to try to live Curdy's go. Try to see if he can take down Curdy right then and there. Curdy's taking huge heals. Death back right after. Cannot really heal. That's an opportunity to Dirk to potentially press on. Curdy picking up a lot of healing though. Able to fight through the necrotics with full pets and does take down Dirks. At this point, I think Dirk's playing it correctly. Technically, at this point, with where you are, I don't think you can run. I don't think you can hide. I think you just need to go all in the DK, hope you win, and maybe find a way to reset some cooldowns versus the Paladin. Can't blame him, though. Well done. But yeah, chat, this is what happens when rogues and go catching crazy amount of resets. When you just fight people toe to toe. It's not unfortunately, the class is not built for it. It would be great if Blizzard changed that, but apparently until then. Until maybe midnight.